Look, we get it. We all make mistakes, and when you're developing your industrial marketing strategy, that's no exception to the statement. So on this episode of The Essentials, I'm hanging out with Tyler, CEO of Marketing Essentials, to help you avoid these key mistakes in developing your industrial marketing strategy. Tyler, let's kick things off, man. What do we have for him?
Yeah, so I think the first thing is not really understanding your persona or your customers' pain points, and then positioning your content that answers those pain points that is relevant to them, right? That resonates with them. That is one of the major things that we see across the industry today, is that they are just producing content, but it's not tailored to that audience, it's not answering those pain points, and it's not resonating with their ideal customers.
You know, that makes complete sense. And another huge mistake that I'm seeing individuals do is when they're doing all this research and doing all this analysis, it's all on themselves and they completely ignore the outside world, AKA their competition. Why does that matter?
Because your competitors are gonna give you information about your ideal customer, right? You can look for flaws in how they're presenting that information, where you can leverage, the reason why you're different, the reason why the customer should come to you. So again, it's understanding how they're positioning, what they're targeting, looking what they're doing, and not reinventing the wheel, but positioning your brand in a way that resonates more with those customers.
Tyler, those are some solid insights, but as we move forward, there's a really fun phrase that I like to use, and in God we trust, everybody else brings data. So what's a huge mistake that manufacturers are making when it comes to analyzing data in their marketing strategy?
I would say it's not being able to track data effectively or efficiently. Typically they're using a variety or a hodgepodge of tools where you have some information here, some information here, some information here, and then someone has to manually compile that data, right? So there's a missed opportunity there with the data to be able to kind of bring it all together in one source of truth where it really tells that story.
And so when it comes to telling that story, I completely understand, and a lot of it comes down to not only can you extract the correct data, but you need to be able to interpret it. So how can someone really leverage this data to tell the story, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, it's seeing what's working, what's not working, right? The data is your friend. The data is not gonna lie to you. So it's really gonna show you the ROI of your investment, especially for marketing. So if I'm putting X amount of dollars into this campaign or to this channel, where does my return? How can I track that return? And that maps out the story to see, if the juice is worth the squeeze.
Completely understand, and Tyler, that sounds great, but let's really dive into the thick. How can brands truly take these tactical items and stay consistent like we're preaching?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have brand guidelines, that's the first thing that you should be doing. Those brand guidelines are going to keep your brand consistent no matter what channel or source of marketing that you're trying to use, right? Whether it's a billboard, whether it's a social post, a YouTube video, you need to have consistency there, and that needs to be mapped out up front. So really developing those brand guidelines so you know exactly how your brand's being positioned and your message is being sent to your audience.
There you go. I could not agree more. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, a handful of key components to help you craft a winning industrial marketing strategy. Hey, this has been another segment of The Essentials. I'm Eddie.
And I'm Tyler.
We'll see you next time.